Rascal just wants to get topside control by any means necessary. Even the Gnar, I think, is a reasonable pick here, considering you have it on R5. There's no counter available. You have really great engage. But instead, this draft is kind of turned on its head, and they're just going to play this like a hyper-scaling composition with a side lane win condition.
Barrel on engage supports as well. That could also be a good thing. Or maybe not, as let's hop into game number 1. See how they go in this lane. Of course, Jinx was an option into Caitlyn in the past, just because you can match the range, as already Beryl is just Zenith blading forward, but they're going to lose out on the trade for the moment, especially given the long walk they had to go on. He's going to be able to get to that level 2 first.
Yeah, just trying to clear this wave and get the level 2 advantage. And, you know, you can use your mana as a resource here as Jinx to clear the wave very quickly. That's one of the things she has besides her range in this matchup. She can just clear this so quickly with the AoE. This draft pivoted big time from just a, okay, Rascal's going to have counter pick. We're going to have a really nice mid game with something like a, okay, hold up.
Yep, dancing around in the cage. Does find the seismic shove as the Dark Matter also connects. Event Horizon, though, didn't find the stun, and that Baleful Strike isn't going to land. But that's a flash from Juhan. He does have level 5, not level 6 yet, but he connects the Q, and there's the flash R button gameplay. That, he says, his fate is going to pick up first blood.
Juhan finds the angle of attack here after giving up Drake.
Well, in goes Beryl, just looks for Mohan, but he has to flash out because, of course, Doctarm was too low to follow up on anything. So not a death here for Beryl, but a similar type play is, oh, Juhan's just going to make his way down bot. He finds another kill, and he's saving this game for DRX right now.
Yeah, he really is. And in mid, you still don't have control there either. So you need some sort of pick with no prio here in these bottom and mid lanes. As Beryl gets over the wall.
Yeah, Solar Flare is going to connect. Doesn't have Zenith Blade anymore, though, as Super Mega Death Rocket is going to come down this lane. Mohan was tagged. Not able to get there is Juhan. And also, it is going to stop any potential dives. We saw the Talia moving down,
yeah,
so
see,
maybe it's good.
They have so much bottom side control. It takes so long to force these.
Oh, we're going all out. Grand Challenge is going to be issued here, but that's just a solo kill. Which patch is this? Cassante looking broken.
Yeah, Cassante is just so strong right now. I think that he was way too strong before, but he's still relevant because players are just so good.
And playing pretty far up, so it does give away that perhaps there is someone lurking in the area, as Juhan not actually going to look for the jungler here as he moves down towards his bottom side. Taeyeon immediately has to cleanse. Solar Flare comes down. Super Mega Death Rocket is a fair bit of value, and they'll just get the drive-by kick all too easy. And they saw him. There just wasn't anything they could do.
You've got to be down there faster if you're Young Jay. You're the only one who could stop this from happening. And that almost was a double kick into 2 kills. It was so close, the angle. Juhan is not able to make it happen, but it was so close. Doesn't need to flash for this. So we might take a look at what happened with this riposte now. This is the first-person view of Dudu.
Yeah, I guess it must have been on cooldown from earlier, right? There must have been a time to use it, right?
Yeah. Wasn't going to be helpful in any exchange after he gets hit by the Q3, though. Has the fast score drinker, as they're just going to play around topside now. Juhan's here, though. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, this is his strong side of the map right now, as there's the Cyclone onto Juhan. Rascal fighting this one out. Does have a wall to aid him, but now there's another one. Bulldog coming up. And the Fiora is on the run. Juhan not going to be able to save this turret, I don't think. That's another flash forward here from Beryl. Just throws a Solar Flare into the middle of the lane. They're not going to be able to find too much more Flame Trumpers for the disengage. And I think, yeah, Rascal's just going to make his way home. Hides in the reeds.
Very lucky there. He gets out. As he's going to try to set up for Juhan here, but he does not have his kick available.
Ooh, that ward paid for itself, Wolf.
Yeah.
Unless they're just going to find them anyway, as, yep, Shield of Daybreak's going to come down. Juhan doesn't miss Qs, not today. They're going to be able to grab that kill. Double teleport, though, and Beryl is extraordinarily dead, everyone. He is going to die, and he's going to die pretty soon. It's going to take some time, but then he's dead. There he goes. Dudu going to collect that one, but it's kind of a 1-for-1. Much needed respite for Rascal there as well. You can see he's not as far behind. DRX looking to do some battle here as Beryl standing his ground. Q connects, but Dudu is just so huge right now. He's going to take a fair bit of damage. Beryl survives for so long as Moham going to be taken down first, but that is gigantic amounts of money now picked up for a Caitlyn. Disaster for DRX. Taeyeon hasn't actually been for a back just yet. Still has a gigantic CS lead though, and actually will have a lot of money in his pocket as Rascal Looping on over. There's the Event Horizon onto Bulldog. Super Mega Death Rocket does a bit of damage, but the Taliyah is going to be okay for now. They lock down the outer turret in mid lane.
And there's an angle here for Dudu to come through. He has his Ghost. He's not here yet, so they're going to try to pull the trigger, but they don't get the combo.
Yeah, seismic shove onto Juhan.
Here he comes.
Dudu looks for it. If they can manage to take away the jungler, that should guarantee the Drake, but Juhan does make it out. Flash still intact, actually, is kind of huge. Isn't it interesting, though? Because it's Kwangdong Freaks, the team full of young players. Yeah. And it's DRX who have so many veterans that have been on this Rift so many times.
It is really wild.
Kwangdong Freaks is running it right now, running the Rift. Right. Like, it's just amazing. Okay, Weaver's Wall is going to block Beryl. He does some strange interaction with that one and then is gifted over to the Monkey for a kill. Just to a point where I'm feeling like Kwangdong Freaks can just find these team fights, and especially they can find the jungler. I mean, Juhan giveth, Juhan taketh away.
Yep. And they have Caitlyn so she can clear these waves. There's no mid turret. They killed the mid and the inner.
Oh, seismic shove is going to get reposted. Youngjae still looking for a little bit more. It's Kwangdong Freaks. They do lose a bunch of Taeyoon's health bar. Event Horizon is decent, but Fate not going to invest any more into it.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how DRX transition to the late game because they have a great late game composition.
Oh dear. Beryl is just going to be CC'd for about 16 years until he's Gale Forced to death. Wolf, that's and weak point really against Rascal there as far as that RNG is concerned. As he's going to go all out and look to see whether he can take down Rascal. Rascal gets a bunch of healing, but Taeyoon is going to make his way down, blocks the Super Mega Death Rocket as well as Rascal just saying like, I just want to get a 1v1, man. And he's going to be denied. I think so too. Taeyoon going to be able to push this mid wave in. Zap is going to miss there from Dr. Arm as Ace in the Hole comes forward. And Youngjae looks for it. There's the Cyclone. The layered CC is just amazing. Moham helps set that one up with the final spark. Without the Jinx, yeah.
No Weaver's Wall.
Yep, the Corral is going to come forward here as Bulldog's inside the baby cage, but he is not the issue. It's Dudu just diving towards Beryl, who's not going to find the Zenith Blade to try and get out of there. Another Event Horizon will come through as there is a fair bit of AoE, but the seismic shove is just extraordinary, and Dudu is popping off. This is what a fight looks like when they don't have their Jinx with 3 items. And they just weren't able to do anything.
Nope. And even with the Vagar damage starting to be so good, even with Death Cap, it's not enough.
Taeyoon is there once again, but I don't know whether he can actually kill. Oh no, there's a bunch of abilities that can be used from pretty high range here.
He's buying a lot of time.
Yep, Riposte's going to come through. He's slowed down momentarily, and once again, Light Binding goes wide, and you're right. He is buying a lot of time. Here's the Grand Challenge, going to get issued as he dashes away, and Dudu says, no, you will not escape this. I'm the one that makes the great escapes on Fiora. I know it's kind of on the nose, but like, early game not found. It did not matter at all as Cyclone going to come through, and Rascal, yeah, you can't riposte death. And Youngjae is going to be able to lock down that kill, make that 5-0-4.
And Juhan is just hovering around the bottom side of the map right now, trying to set up some vision and trying to protect Duckdom so he can actually push this wave and farm.
To play out the macro.
Can they get out, though?
As Bulldog not going to get hit by that Zenith Blade as Beryl maybe a little bit too early as he gets seismically shoved back. Sonic Wave comes in immediately. Bulldog is going to go golden. Flame Chompers come down, but he flashes. Does make his way out. Bulldog, Dark Matter comes down, but it doesn't matter. The Jinx is already dead, and now Fate is running for the hills. Gets thrown back because Dudu does not miss a Q. And that is both carries dead on DRX. Kwangdong Freaks can take whatever they want. Yeah. By a lot of our teams, I won't name names, but there are some teams that take more Barons than others.
I'm actually against... Okay, Rascal... are Kwangdong going to lose this game? Because like now they're doing Baron the only time they can't. When Rascal is out here, and they're buying time.
Yeah, they do manage to secure the Baron.
One win condition, kill the Nexus.
All right. Bulldog going to set up the wall, and they're going to be able to take that one down. Seismic Shove is great onto Beryl, and he's just chain CC'd and murdered. Youngjae taken down very low as well. Oh yeah, he's not going to take the ulti from this Viger because that GA is still there being frustrating. Another Light Binding connects onto Juhan, but he does get himself out of the way. Bulldog not going to find that Seismic Shove. But the Event Horizon also is going to miss, and with 3 inhibitors down, I think Kwangdong Freaks should be able to just move forward to pick up this game. And it's Macro that's done it. Juhan looks for the angle, but he's not quite going to be able to get there. Rascal, he turns up. He says, weren't we playing hide and seek? Why aren't you guys looking for me? As he now dives out of the base, Dudu is going to chase after him. If he wins this 1v1, it's going to be huge, but the Nexus turrets are falling down. The Nexus as well, but I just can't stop watching this 1v1, and Dudu picks it up yet again. Kwangdong Freaks, amazing performance in game number 1. DRX, great early game. Win. Managed to take down
Look at the damage. Dudu out-damages a Veigar, a Talia in a 40-minute game, a Caitlyn in a 40-minute game, a Jinx in a 40-minute game.
Yeah, and Zeri just loves having a Wukong on her team in general. Talia creates a lot of options as well. Like you put up a wall and Zeri can skate alongside you with it. It's actually kind of cool. As Dr. locks in the Kai'Sa. Okay, we've seen a bit of that over in the LPL, not so much here in the LCK. Kai'Sa Rakan, an oldie but a goodie. If they get ahead, are extraordinarily powerful. See whether they can as we hop onto the Rift here for game number 2.
Yeah, there's no way that we'll see Wukong Zeri. That's never been a pairing except like every game for all of round 1.
Nice little shock blast there from Dudu. As Juhan, desperately wanting to try and find an option here, but Rascal might just die. No, he doesn't. The flash! And Dudu picks up first blood. Yeah, they managed to kill him in the end, but I'd go with not worth on that one. Yeah.
This play here, he's got a ward set up, so he feels safe. And it's basically a camping Lee Sin, right? And goes for the W damage here, gets all the hits, and as soon as he sees the Renekton all in, he knows, like, okay, he's coming for me, and then he flashes and gets the kill. It was very telegraphed, right?
Wait, did Dudu ping Rascal's flash?
It looked like he pinged Rascal's flash,
but pinged Juhan's flash.
It looked like he pinged Rascal's flash, but yeah, I think he definitely meant to say Juhan's flash.
Well, Juhan is down here towards the bottom side, and he's going to land yet another Q. That is a dead Lulu.
Faker?
Chovy? Grand entrance, and there it is. Taeyeon taking so much damage. The plasma is stacking up, but keeps himself alive. Cleanse was available, but not able to be used there for anything really, as Youngjae is going to turn up towards his top side.
This is a game of patience, I feel, for Juhan in both the early games here.
Well, they're just going to go for a bit of a force here, and they land the Q, and that is Rascal slicing and dicing it up. This time, not going to give that kill back. Really nicely played the double down here on the top side.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to try to do. Youngjae is aware of this.
Yeah, Q is going to hit max range there onto Juhan. As Rascal and Dudu are fighting, Beryl is going to wrap around, and they're ganking in the meantime. Youngjae uses the Cyclone, so he can't help Dudu out at all with that one, and Beryl's going to use the quickness to get himself out of the way, and man, you can see.
Yeah, and he's getting closer to finishing that call. Taeyeon checks.
Oh dear.
Yes, flash
still got his dash. Yeah, he's going to be fine. Doesn't get out of the way of that one as Juhan presses safeguard, and Taeyeon says, I want to kill Beryl. I don't know whether he's going to be able to, as the kick is going to be used very defensively here. Taeyeon skating after them once again. Heal going to be used as Doctorm shows up, and Bulldog, he can build a wall.
Yeah.
And he can block them in here, but it is going to be difficult because, of course, it's Kai'Sa and it's Rakan. They're pretty mobile.
Youngjae does have Flash Cyclone, so the idea here is good, but they're not actually going to fully commit to it. One item spike much weaker than the Kraken Slayer spike here for the Kai'Sa, but still.
Well, in they go. That's a great wild growth as it baits Beryl in. He still manages to get the quickness off, and Taeyeon is so low, but it doesn't matter. Oh, the Flash Burst Fire isn't going to do it. Cyclone trying to take down Taeyeon, and they do manage to lock him up, but the Polymorph's there, and it's a double kill for the Wukong. Kwangdong Freaks trading up again. Yeah, Bulldog's not going to be able to find that one as we pan towards this top side. Dominus going to be popped as Dudu just fighting with Rascal here, who does manage to get a Q back, and the flash does come out, but Dudu, is he going to survive? The answer is yes for the moment. Shock Blast, is it going to be there? As there it is, the flash slice into the Kolomik, and Rascal gets another solo.
This is really starting to become a huge problem here. Rascal is so massively to Taeyeon right afterwards. He's kind of like slams his fist because he's like, oh, it's so close to actually having this amazing moment. Let's look at the block here from Rascal, how well he moves on this. And at the last possible moment, walks back away from the acceleration gate, has the flash, puts up the ward, gets the dash. So beautifully played, flashing in the dash. That solution, right? We talked about how DRX was kind of running at these carries and he will survive longer. But hold up.
There's the quickness as Taeyeon going to get brought back. Doctorm firing off these Qs, putting his quick blades that he just bought to use as Rascal's going to dive on forward. Bulldog goes golden, but I think that's just going to be the end of him. Shock Blast not going to find enough, and Doctorm gets his second.
Yeah, and Dudu here teleports in, doesn't actually impact the fight at all, just hits a Shock Blast and is now running back topside. Actually, Fate looking to intercept.
Oh dear. Puts the Jace on a leash as over goes Doctorm. That's some killer instinct right there, and they lock down the kill. Beautifully played here by DRX, setting up the trap and getting Doctorm even further ahead.
Until much later on.
Yeah. Wants to try and get some parity. At least he's in a side lane. He's trying to collect some of this farm, and that is something that Kwangdong Freaks weren't able to do last time around. Baron being looked at As here's a teleport to a potential fight. Okay, immediately he gets kicked back. That is a really dead Lulu, and now they're going to kill the Jace as well. I'm not sure what the TP was, guys, but it did not work out as Doctarm is chasing after Youngjae. Not going to be able to find that, but...
It's been awesome to have like the LeBlanc, Kai'Sa, Lee Sin, type of insane dive, which is not as popular anymore.
I know.
In the LCK. But like, you could see how oppressive it is.
Well, there's some quickness, but immediately Beryl is just destroyed. That's a kill for Taeyoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that sums it up perfectly there, Wolf. Thank you so much for that one. So for Nongshim, they needed 4, didn't they? Oh dear, we've seen this one before. Great Polymorph is going to make sure that there is nowhere for Beryl to go.
They're just playing this like it's a Phalanx comp now. Quantum Freaks are just grouped as 5. Like, oh, any flankers?
Yeah.
I'll make quick work of that, and it's been Beryl who's caught now twice.
DRX are closing in from actually every angle outside of the Rakan one because he's dead. And Juhan wants to come through for the steal. He gets into the back of the pit as he kicks Youngjae, but Youngjae stays in there, and Taeyoon gets over the wall. They do manage to steal this one as into the GA goes the Crocodile. Doctarm trying to fight Taeyoon, and he is just huge as Bulldog gets over the wall. Taeyoon, can you take matters into your... No, he's not going to be able to. He just pops like a balloon because Fate is massive. He bought a cool hat, and he showed it off in that fight as Youngjae's going to get tagged. It's a double kill for Juhan, and it felt a little bit like Quandong Freaks had a chance.
And remember last time they lost Beryl and they gave up everything. This time somebody in the comms was like, it's okay. We actually don't have to give this Drake. Like, it's just a Rakan. We actually have like a Fed Renekton here. We have a Kai'Sa on 4 items. Let's just kill him.
Yeah.
But despite Taeyoon's best efforts, Doctarm procs Kraken Slayer again. Then he had help from Fate, and Taeyoon died, and that's the end of that. We're going to a game 3.
I think we are. Nexus turret number 1 going to be taken down. Bulldog just putting rocks on the ground, but flinging rocks around is not going to break this one as Juhan gets into that back line. Dudu goes golden, and Rascal is focusing on business as they take this one down. Doctarm making the Kai'Sa look fantastic, and Juhan once again.
And now we're going to find out where this Ashe is headed. Okay.
Ooh, Viger Seraph. What? Hang on. No, surely not.
No, I think it's going to be Seraphine Ashe if they lock it in.
Yeah, so it's Seraphine Ashe, and then Viger is in the mid lane.
I mean, let's wait and see. I'm pretty sure this Ashe is going to AD carry, and it is going to be mid, but...
Bulldog is the Tristana guy. It didn't go wrong until the Zeri. That's the one that I'm really worried about. Let's see how it goes as we hop onto the Rift for Game 3. No. But Doctarm and Beryl haven't had a lot of fun in lane almost all season, so it is something that they've been used to. As Dudu, not going to find the Q there onto Rascal, is just hopping around, having a good time.
Interesting Veigar rune setup here.
So back on it one more time. So far, things are actually going quite well, dropping the beat.
Imagine if these Moham follow-ups to the Ashe Ws actually hit. Like, Summoner's getting used. Like, at level 1, you're dying if you don't use those. Now level 2 is hit. It's really frustrating to play this, and it's not going to get easier.
Yeah.
And if he tried to make an impact here, even with how aggressive this is set up, and like there's no vision on the bottom part of the map at all whatsoever here.
As Doctarm going to try and slow them down. Moham in a bit of trouble, gets knocked up. He's not going to elect for the flash, but maybe he wanted to. As he still holds it, but loses most of his health bar.
And Beryl has been such a good Rakan player that even though this lane is hard to play, if he can set these up consistently, like get a flash, then do it again when there's no flash, you're actually looking for kills, right? And he's going to push the Seraphine out of the lane. And even Fate is coming down.
Yeah. Moham being in a lot of trouble as they're going to go for the dive here. Grand entrance does come through as Taeyoon trying to keep himself alive. Beryl is dead though, and they didn't even manage to kill Taeyoon. Teleport comes forward and Bulldog says, you ain't going anywhere. Although they do, because the event horizon is not quite in range, and that was a disaster.
Huge botch on the dive. You had all of the advantages.
Joining the fray, Taeyoon walking over a ward, but Rascal hunting for that Mega Gnar as Juhan gets into that backline. He's so incredibly low, and he's just going to die. That's the second kill, but Zeri picks up one. In goes Rascal, finds a big wall of fight. I don't know whether it's going to be enough, and he does just get queued back there by Dudu. As the encore comes through, and Doctarm gets over the wall, but I have a feeling he's still dead. There he goes. Taeyoon picks that one up. And Juhan, here towards this top side, is going to find Youngjae searching for a dive onto Rascal. That demolish proc, pretty fantastic as Arrow soaring towards the top side. Owl gonna spot them as the arrow connects from downtown. All right, that's a really dead Gnar. Can they grab the Wukong as well? The answer is no. They're not going to dive two people in one play with Fate in the area. But man, Taeyun, what an arrow.
Yeah.
It's pretty nutty.
Well, when he has jungle control too, because this arrow is so clean.
Oh, it does go over a ward though.
Yeah.
Oops. But
I mean,
it's hard to see everything that's happening all the time in real time, you know?
While you're also trying to clear those minions and you're set up your jungler to defensively cyclone and stuff like that. But the Sunder has been done for a while here for Youngjae with the lead that you talked about earlier. Now they got plate gold in mid. And Juhan just couldn't get in there to help out. It was just inevitable.
Oh dear. Who has been seeing a lot more play as Rascal says, no, not my turret. But he's just going to get all outed. And he's in the middle of nowhere now. Dudu dashing after Rascal. He doesn't mind that this is Mega Gnar. Just sidesteps the wallop and gets the flash out of Rascal. Maybe a bit of a Freudian slip there. As speaking of wallets, Youngjae is walking on over. And his is pretty heavy. And they're going to look for another dive. Man, Rascal has really had a tough time against.
And look at the bottom lane. Taeyun's game sense is so good, and he's got Hawkshot to verify this. And yeah, they are going to get some bounty gold here. Exactly, like he will do some damage, but he sets up the damage.
Oh dear, Heartbreaker going to be used. Good flash, gets Youngjae to relative safety. But he's not out of the woods just yet, as Beryl is going to collect as many of them as he can. And there goes the Viego. We may have spoken too soon here as Kwangdong Freaks really struggling. Dudu going all out onto Fate. See whether he does have any more Spirit Rushes, and it looks like
he's going to get him a turret,
he
though.
He doesn't even need one.
2 turrets, maybe. Mid turret going down here. Bulldog on the top side. They're going to force a teleport. I'm on the way on top side.
Well, Rascal now going down pretty low. Good charm there is going to be landed there for Fate. And the Event Horizon is going to buy him a little bit of space. Whether it buys him his life, I'm not entirely sure, as Foxfire is going to do a bit of work. Yeah, it's taken some time, but they do manage to get it in the end.
This Gnar here as well. Like, come on, Kwangdong, we're going to have to be decisive. Going to have to be decisive.
A decision needs to be made of some kind, as Fate going to move on over. Teleport, here's the commit from Rascal. As Baron's down to 50%. They don't have massive damage, and Bulldog's going to make his way in. Event Horizon splits up the fight here as there's the Encore. It's going to connect the steal! Oh, it was all just a bait! Youngjae wanted to come in and take their lunch money. There's Dudu looking for a Q. He's not going to find it. Good wallop is going to be used defensively there for Rascal, but they just leashed the Baron for Kwangdong and gave up position on the Drake.
All right, maybe it's another 50-50.
Well, Youngjae going to get a stun onto Beryl here. Can he Heartbreaker in? He actually isn't going to opt in for it because they want to fight instead. As the Encore, absolutely fantastic, but still, Juhan going to get a decent Cyclone. Dokdom popping off in this fight, though, as Moham is going to go down. And now Rascal looking to escape. Dudu on the chase. Youngjae behind him. And the Zeri desperately wanting to just survive this fight.
Yeah, he's going to get out here, but I don't know if Rascal's going to be so lucky.
Yeah, tries to take a desperation Hexgate. And Dokdom's like, why haven't we taken any of these turrets? They can see me now. The arrow! What the heck was that, Taeyun? That was sick! It wasn't actually that far away, but still, man, that was cool. Almost dies to the Zeri. It is just going to survive with just enough health.
That was clean, but you don't have a lot of range to push the turrets. As here comes a Rascal flank.
Yeah, there's a grand entrance as well to try and keep the Viego away. As Dudu's going to find them. Oh, no! Well, at least the Cyclone is going to be able to get Juhan some space in this particular fight, but that is a key cooldown that they do not have available.
It's buying some time here, but still not getting them any ground. Unfortunately, Rascal now without his Gnar.
Well, Arrow is going to immediately be cleansed, and then Fate is going to go golden as well. Taeyun free hitting, though, as they take down the inhibitor turret. DRX, do you have any fight left in you? It's now or never. Otherwise, you're just going to start losing all of your structures. Dudu's going to deliver a Gnar to his teammates, and they're going to say thank you very much.
One more teleport flank.
Yeah, as you can see, Freaka CEO's very happy with how this one is going right now. In that little picture-in-picture, and you could tell. I mean, and there's not very much of that inhibitor turret left.
There's just no way for this comp to functionally fight, you know, unless everyone is grouped and you deal with this Cassante.
Well, Charm is going to land. The arrow going to miss. As Youngjae just fishing.
All right, Dokdom's got flash and cleanse. Let's see a miracle. Let's see that Zeri mechanic.
Rascal's flash is just coming back up. He just hit Mega Notes. Mega, though, it's not exactly the timing that he wants to as they're being corralled. DRX, they're not grouped up. Event Horizon comes down. Juhan wants to try and be useful, but it's not going to work out. Beryl just dies without being able to offer anything, and oh my god, the encore! Just massive into the back line! Fate is eviscerated, Doctom has no hope, and that is going to be the ace for the Kwangdong Freaks, and they will win this best of 3.
And don't call my customer service, I have said very clearly, he has to avoid all of the CCs caught there at the end.
No, yeah.
And that's the end of that.
That was in the fine print. That was in the fine print at the bottom of this one as Dudu teleported in. He's going to take down some Nexus turrets. He's got super minions to help him out as well as everybody else trudging to be in the picture as this Nexus is going to go down. Kwangdong Freaks, what an impressive team. This is 4 in a row now for this squad.
4 in a row, man. And
it was a rough one, but still, all the congratulations do need to go to Kwangdong Freaks here. DRX, an unfortunate season. We'll see whether they can finish strong with their final game.
And this
ain't
is
broke, I guess.
They already lock in the Talia, so you know you're not walking into, or rather the Veigar, so you know you're not walking into a Silas here if you wanted to play the Gnar into this. We've seen this Olaf hovered so much.
I'd love to see it. Darius, another option.
We did see this attempted by Dundon earlier this week into the Renekton. Won't be the Jax instead here. Keen's old favorite. I believe still actually a perfect record on the Jax this season. It fell out of favor.
Yeah, it got nerfed and then Keen's like, nah, I'm never picking that again.
Yeah.
Just doesn't want to deal with it. Of course, the 2v2 on this top side of the map because we do have top lane as our key player matchup. 2v2, I think KT definitely win. With the permafrost value that you get, although I might be a little bit biased just because it's so cool that he's played his second game of LCK ever. We'll have to see how it goes, though, in the hands of BDD as we jump onto the Rift here for game number 1. Does have Juhan coming up, exactly. Keen just going to press that Dominus button to see whether he can escape this. Counter-Strike does manage to get the stun, but Keen's just going to turn it. That's a solo kill in a 1v2, and he wants even more, exactly. The Dominus is coming through. Juhan, he's not a warrior, and he's definitely not a trickster. That's a 1v2 double.
Watch this play here. Rascal is so low. He's trying to bait this because the Wukong is here. Keen instantly identifies, okay, Wukong's here. I'm going to ult and actually try to kill this Jax because if I can kill the Jax, I have enough damage to actually kill this Wukong even through Cyclone. He has plated steel caps. There's nothing that Juhan can do. He body blocks him here, and the Dominus just burns Juhan down. He just instantly reacts, comes on, and all-ins the Jax that took so much damage.
And now Cuz going to face check the Wukong. More. Oh dear, Rascal in a lot of trouble. He's going to leap strike his way out, and now Cuz in the 1v1 just going to solo kill. Does use the Ghost.
Barrel?
Barrel is...
Oh, no. No.
Grand Entrance, I don't... Yeah, it's going to come back off cooldown now, but
he's dead.
Just glide over there, and Quickness is going to come through, but Burst Fire will land. Keen does?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Insane to think about.
It is.
No help.
Well, BDD is ghosting towards Beryl and Doctom. Decent interruption there on the Arctic Assault, but BDD wants more. That is a very dead Zaya. He's like, oh, thanks for that. And Juhan is like, but let's maybe give it a crack.
This time it's a 3v1. Let's see how you can do.
Yeah, there's the Dominus. This is the next test, and he just explodes. Oh, they're going to engage on him one more time. Does get the wild growth as Lehens is trying to keep him alive, and now they're going to turn it around. So many buttons used on to the Sejuani, and she is not dead. Juhan going to have to get out of there, aiming, just skating around, having the time of his life as Fate going to be utilized beautifully there as well from BDD. Rascal gets into the pit, but can they win a fight against this Hextech Soul is the question. The Renekton down already, so it's a 4v5 in DRX's favor, but that Event Horizon just fantastic and aiming. There's not a lot of cooldowns. He flashes so the Blade Caller doesn't hit him. Gorgeously played by the KT-80 carry, and Fate is just being scattered to the wind. There's not going to be too much hope here, and aiming not going to be dashing this time. Cuz might have to lock down the kill as Extendo Beam is going to miss. Just chasing the Talia here as the Winter's Wrath.
Mix with this Talia when she's online.
Oh, that's a Glacier Prison, and we were trying to give DRX a little bit of credit. Juhan, as we come out of the replay, is going to get obliterated. Aiming now just going to unlock himself. Gets the double kill. They're going to be able to take down 4, and that should be the game. Teleports coming in all over the place as the wild growth is going to mean that Rascal has no way of changing the fate of DRX in this one. He flashes, he leap strikes, and he counter-strikes as well. So it's a lot of striking. However, that is still going to be the ace, and that will be the game here for KT.
Very much a great start in this series. Anyone who was worried, anyone who had the doubt that KT might just mess this one up. They might disappoint us all. At least in this first game was a very dominant performance here. 13,000 gold to lead.
Oh, Nexus looks really cool with the event horizon around it. I like that. Thanks, PDD. Congratulations to KT. They are one step closer to that third place. And honestly, not that bad of one for DRX. Yeah, they got kind of smashed this game. But I don't have as much criticism as I've had for them in other games.
Because this is basically the best blind setup you can have here. The Cassante locked in, the Renekton's off the table. You know you're not dealing with the Kennen. And if you flex this Jace mid, the only way you could do it is with some AP damage. And it's not going to be in the jungle. It's going to be on the top side here. I think this is a really great pick here for Rascal.
This is fantastic.
This I like a little bit less, but it's great with Sejuani.
That's a lot of physical damage.
Into a Cassante.
Yeah.
So not as big of a fan of this one.
Less excited, and they will lock it away. Gwen, big thumbs up.
Yeah, I would have liked the Gwen a lot more here. It solves your damage profile issue. It's a good matchup into the Cassante.
Yone does mixed damage, okay?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Those are my two like Atlas joke response phrases. I guess so and true. True.
But Fate on this Yone is really going to have to get some things done. That permafrost value going to be there in the mid jungle. See whether they can utilize it as we hop onto the Rift for game 2.
Some pressure on Barrel. Not going to be able to hold it very well, of course, but just hang out.
Yep. Barrel just eating autos over and over again. There's the polymorph as they just dive on top, and I think Lehens is just dead. Yeah, he is.
That was a Lehens error.
It was. It was definitely a Lehens error as Flash comes out from Barrel. Cuz not going to follow with his. They're starting to creak and the nuts and bolts are starting to come
on the roller coaster.
On the roller coaster.
I think that's Final Destination 3. As VDD is up here, by the way.
As the Event Horizon is going to come down. It's one of the Final Destinations, and there's the all out. BDD is going to be able to lock down that kill, utilizing the ultimate. Fate now coming on in. I don't know whether he's going to be able to do too much here, as he's taking a lot of damage from Keen, who's now just going to go in, and
so
dear. There's that Event Horizon that we were talking about. He does ult, as Keen's able to lock down the kill, and now Juhan, can you actually kill either of these very low health members is the question. Oh my goodness, the Baleful Strikes are coming in. He avoids the Winter's Wrath, and now Juhan might die as well. The Flash has to come through.
Very concerned here as we're doing it again.
Oh dear. Cuz moving on up, and Rascal, not too many options here. He's going to get thrown back. There's the Vault Breaker as well. Cease and Desist comes in, and Keen tanking up the turret very comfortably.
Over the map right now.
Too many fires. There's too many fires on the map. As Barrel is going to be able to dive forward. Finds aiming there, who does soak this Glacial Prison. He's alive for now, but not for long. Doctor's going to lock that kill down.
So we're going to get something out of it. Okay, hold on, Cuz.
Yeah, Rascal going to flash immediately. Cuz is flashing with him as well. Does he have another Vault Breaker? The answer is yes, but is it going to be enough as the Unbound Soul from Fate gets through the wall? Still walking at the enemy. Event Horizon comes down. Juhan going to find a Glacial Prison. Keen cares so little about that, it's absurd. Wants to try and find an all-out angle.
Juhan is out of there, man. He sees Cuz and he's like, I'm not a part of this.
Are you afraid of inhibitor turrets, Keen?
No.
Well, we're going to get another charge. And
riskier for their comp, but might from behind be really helpful as Cuz will have the flash. TP.
But now he's going straight back in again. That is the Wild Growth. Barrel is just CC'd forever and to death. As Keen diving on top of Juhan, they want to take down this jungler, and I think he's just gonna die. Does get polymorph for what feels like a universe of time. Universe is not a measurement of time. However, they are now going to be able to head over towards this Baron. And with Juhan dead, there's not going to be a whole lot the DRX can do about it.
Rascal here now, but it's way too late. You've already lost your jungler. Where are you going?
Oh dear, Fate is going to unseal the Fate, but Lehens is going to flash immediately out of the way of it. As the polymorph comes through, not quite able to activate the Event Horizon to get the stun, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. As could be a bit of a shooting gallery here, but the turn from Keen is going to come through. He is not immortal, or is he? Never mind, maybe he is. Rascal's going to be taken down extraordinarily low. Cassante does die. I repeat, Cassante does die, and Aiming is able to get that extender beam over the top. The Baron has been picked up here as decent blade call. But BDD says, take a cue to the face.
They are just playing so well right now. Like some of the macro plays here you could do against any team. Doesn't matter if it's DRX or not. KT are just pushing their leads better than they normally do, and it's a good look right before playoffs.
Yep, I agree. It's a bit rough, and I also think that like that last play a little bit on barrel, right? Like I just think that if you get caught out like that, it's not going to work. There is a bit of a split going on here. 2 inhibitors are going to be traded for the bot inhib, as now aiming, going to cleanse, gets the wild growth. Can he actually get these autos to work out? And it looks like the answer is going to be yes. Beryl taken down extraordinarily low. Keen finds 2 with his Q. Very nicely played. Didn't mean to rhyme there, as Juhan's going to get stunned up. That's another one. And into the backline goes Fate. He manages to get the Zeri. That's real good, as we're base racing right now. Rascal actually does a lot of damage, and they're going to commit to it. Oh, I love it. We're going to see whether we can take this one down. All of the base damage is Vega now on BDD, and the Vega, I think, is going to be enough to do it, as there we go, the good old Swift Pan. And that was a lot closer than DRX had any right for it to be in the end.
I think this team has gotten the full package. You talked about playing around topside. Keen, there have been so many meta changes to all of these top picks he's found success with. He's still finding success in a new meta on 13.5.